My name is Tope Omotolani. I am one of the co-founders and the VP operations for Farmcrowdy. Basically, what I do is coordinate all farm operations in Farmcrowdy.
But what is Farmcrowdy and what does it do?
Basically, Farmcrowdy is an agri-tech, is the first digital agri-tech platform in Nigeria, and we match farm sponsors to farmers, to the rural farmers. There are farmers that cannot afford to get input, they don't have the trainings, they don't have, they can't afford to get loans.
Yeah.
So these farmers, we help them raise funds through our platform. Then we have sponsors that have the funds, but they don't know how to get involved in agriculture due to maybe they have a 9-to-5, or they don't even want to go back to the village and they don't want to farm in proxy. So through our platform, we connect the sponsors to the farmers.
And what sort of sums are involved? How much money?
Okay, so basically, it depends. It varies from crop to crop, depending on what you want to sponsor. But a typical, let me say, our maize farm is 95,000 naira. And that 95,000 naira in 10 months. And at the end of the 10 months, you get back 12%.
And what sorts of things are the farmers buying with the loans?
Okay, basically, once the sponsors through our platform, we don't give farmers funds, really. What we do is we use the funds to get all the input from fertilizer to seeds, to herbicides, to insurance, to logistics, to labor. Everything the farmer needs to work on the 1 acre of land is what we use that money to do. Then we disburse this to the farmers as the need arises.
My name is Sola Oyawale. I'm VP for Investments and Corporate Governance for Farmcrowdy.
And currently you're here in London talking to diaspora Nigerians about investing in Farmcrowdy.
Yes.
What are you saying to them?
All right. Being here isn't the start to having investments from Nigerians in diaspora. When the platform launched, since its inception in 2016, we've been having Nigerians in the diaspora. We've been responding favorably to sponsoring farms. We've been checking the analytics to see where we have most of the Nigerians in diaspora come from. I think UK ranks the top, second the United States, and then the UAE. We've then thought to bring it home by then coming to strengthen the level of trust. They've seen a lot on social media. They've interfaced with a lot, using technology. We just felt it would be good to come down and then have warm conversations, like we call them, really.
Face to face.
Face to face.
And what do you want? How much money are you asking people to put in, and what do they get for that?
Currently, we've estimated a unit of farm, sponsorship at about an average of £200 for a unit. And what they get for it really is the fact that they contribute to food security in Nigeria, which has now become the responsibility of everyone. The government cannot be left to that alone. Secondly, they are improving the lives of older farmers who probably up until now didn't have a lot, to show for their efforts in planting. And then thirdly, and most importantly for the majority, they're getting decent returns on their sponsorships. So for an average of about a £200 investment today in our maize farm, you could be getting as much as 12% over a tenure of 10 months. And probably on our rice, specifically on our rice rather, you would be getting a 15% return over a 9-month period. And
do you need to have a Nigerian bank account to be able to make this investment?
No. So you can invest with a foreign card or with a Nigerian card, whatever card, so long as it's probably Visa, MasterCard, any international card. There's a payment gateway that switches the payment seamlessly.
And what questions have the diaspora investors you've been meeting with on this trip been asking?
Well, it's a lot around trust. Can we trust you? And I've also told them the whole project is hinged on trust. The farmer needs to know that the monies I've taken from private pockets will be given to them. Because I've gotten them in clusters and given them commitments on what we're going to do, this season, for example. But they've shown a lot of trust to then say, oh, we're going to raise the money, and they're sure I'm going to put the money in the farms. They've also shown a lot of trust by ensuring that when I point them to the market, I will sell their produce to the market and come back to them with what's theirs, in the proportion of the profit being shared. And for the sponsors as well, they're hoping they give that money to Farmcrowdy. Farmcrowdy really puts it in the farm and not in oil and not in some other trade. So the underlining has got to be solid. We're trading on trust largely, and we're telling them, look, if we've got other intentions, we probably won't come and do a face-to-face. We'll probably just stay at the web level. Yeah.
So how many farmers have you sponsored so far, and what's your ambition in terms of how many will sponsor in the future?
All right, so about now we've signed up about 7,000, worked with about 3,000. We hope to have worked with 50,000 in the next 5 years.